Alright guys, today we finally get to use those $100 calculators. Alright, we're going to be solving quadratic equations by graphing on your calculator. So we have solutions, roots, and zeros. Those are all pretty much the same thing. They want to know where the graph crosses the x-axis. So example here from this quick little graph. Where does the graph go through the x-axis? It would cross the x-axis at 0 and at 2. So those would be our solutions or roots or zeros. The book calls them different things at different times. Alright. With quadratic equations, we will have three possibilities. First possibility is that our graph will just touch the x-axis one time. Just touch it and turn around. Okay, and that's only going to have one solution or root or zero. It could go through it and turn around and go through it again. And that would have two solutions. Or it could be way up here or way down there, over here, wherever, and not touch the x-axis at all. And that would have no real solutions. And this is where we'd run into imaginary numbers. We're not going to deal with that a whole lot today, but some fun and exciting stuff to look forward to in the future. Alright, so let's get to the calculator part. Solve by graphing. Okay, step 1, we're going to type it into y equals on the calculator. Step 2, you need to push second and trace to get to the, what menu is that called? The calculate menu. And we want the 0. We want to pick 0. Then we're going to go through left bound and right bound, and that'll give you the answer. And then you need to draw a quick little sketch. Okay? So, here we go. I'll zoom out here so you can see the buttons I'm pushing. So step 1, we got to push y equals. And type this in. X is right next to alpha. X squared is down here. Diagonally top left here from the 7. X squared minus 6x plus 9. Notice that this is equal to 0. We need this to be equal to 0 before we can graph it for today's lesson. So y equals x squared minus 6x plus 9. Okay, then we're going to push graph. Alright, so we're kind of expecting one answer here, one solution. It looks like it's just going to come down, touch it, and turn around. If your graph is not nice and clean like this, where it's perfectly centered, okay, here's a shortcut for you. Are you ready? Push zoom 6 all the way down here to Z standard, and that'll give you the negative 10 to 10 on the x-axis and negative 10 to 10 on the y-axis. Nice, perfectly squared graph. Okay? Alright, so that's our step 1. We've got it typed in, we've got it graphed. Now we need step 2, second trace zeros. Okay, so second, trace, calculate menu, we want 0. Alright, now it's going to ask you for left bound, right bound. Okay, left bound and right bound are just you're going to be giving the calculator a window to look through. Okay, look for where the graph equals 0 between here and here. Otherwise, this graph goes on forever, and the calculator could spin infinity checking all the numbers out to negative, a million, negative infinity, all the way out to positive infinity. Okay, so the calculator is saying, hey, give me a little window or range here to look through, so I don't have to spend my whole entire day trying to find this value for you. Alright, so left bound. Left bound, you want your little spider dude to be on the left side of the 0. Okay, and then hit enter, just anywhere over here. Okay, so see he's on the left side of where I think it's going to be. Alright, right bound. Scoot your spider dude over here to the right side of where you think your 0 is. And then it's going to ask you for a guess, so theoretically it should make this go faster, but it's going to be so fast that faster won't really even matter. Okay, so I'm going to guess right here, and what you're doing is saying, okay, calculator, look between these two arrows, try to find where the graph equals 0, and I want you to start looking around this point. And boom, 2.9999999. Okay, if you get something like that, 0.9999999, just round it up. Okay, this is really a 3. Okay, so I know my answer is 3. And now I can draw a little sketch over here. 1, 2, 3, and it went like this. Ta-da! So that's what you need to do for those types of problems today. Okay, go through those steps, get your answer. Now, look at our options here. That was 1. We could have one with 2. You'd have to repeat that process, steps 2 and 3, a second time for the second solution. Okay, if we had something like this, we'd have to do that process over here and over here. Okay, if you look at your graph and it's way up here and it's not going to cross the x-axis, don't even bother putting it into your calculator and going through the rest of those steps. No real solutions. Alright. Why don't you hit pause here and try that on your own. Okay, let's see how we would do this. Type that into your y equals. I usually just hit clear instead of trying to type over. So here we are, y1 x squared plus 4x. You don't need the plus 0, but we'll put it in because the problem gave it to us. Okay, and graph. Okay, this one looks like it's going to have 2. Alright, second trace, 0, left bound. Alright, let's just start from the left side. Let's do this one first, left bound. And if you get confused on left bound, right bound, here's another little trick or tip for you to use. Okay, put your spider guy on the 0, and for left bound, tap the left arrow 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and hit enter. That's your left bound. Right bound, go back to where you think the 0 is, and now tap right 3 times, 1, 2, 3, enter. And then your guess, go right back to where you think it was, and hit enter.